Okay. Boop. Come on, doggo. Hey, boy. Big stretchy thing. Oh my goodness. Stretchy little pup. Hey, come on. Come on. Atta boy. Silly thing. Come here. Come on. Let's let you outside. So I don't have the same routine that happened last time. Come on. Come on, bup. Oh, man, it would all absorb all the moisture. Ugh. Go on. Go on. Wrong way. Okay, fuck you too. Jerk. Okay. Alright. Learn extra layers, because goddamn. The last like 2 or 3 days has been like this. We're just wake up, immediately go. Man, this. I would actually be happy if we get spring weather back. I was expecting like June to be like this fucking ridiculous. It's like late June now. It's not even mid-June anymore. It's like we're in that last stretch of June. And it's like this fucking chilly. Like this is like early spring weather where I'm wearing these jackets and having a heater on and shit. Not like fucking June. Like we're late spring, early summer. Hey. Goodness, what a goofy little dog. Doggo. Why? Why are you over there again? I know you gotta go to the bathroom, bro. I know how you are. Stay on way. I swear this dog's gonna be a dick later. A real dick later. That's gonna suck. Yeah. Let's get some, at least a couple of tunes for the background. Let's see what little fun stuff is happening for today. If there is. Man, I've actually been relatively disappointed with YouTube lately. The fact that there's like fuck all, apparently, outside of like endless speculation about a submarine. Which I get, but oh my god, it's kind of annoying how that is starting to become like a big thing. I'm still kind of like what the fuck over the fact that there's literally tourism based around it. Like that shouldn't be a thing. Which makes me feel less bad for the people that were partaking in it. But I mean, frankly, but still, it's just like what the fuck. Does it justify like improper use of equipment and shit? At least the improper like maintenance of something that you kind of rely to keep you alive if you're underwater, especially at the bottom of the sea looking at fucking wrecks. You would think that, you know, there would be some top-notch shit about that. Being like, yeah, we're gonna make sure this is on the up and up. No. Like, all I know is I know it's gonna be that. It's gonna be the fact that they were not properly maintained or, like properly, worked on and shit to make sure that they were safe and reliable, and it led to some sort of malfunction or fire or something, and well, sub sunk basically because of it. Guarantees probably some shit like that. But let's make sure mainstream media speculates about it for like a week. It's so dumb. I feel like something like that shouldn't be mentioned, like, until it's discovered. It's like, hey, it's a crazy thing went missing. People might, be at risk. But you know what? We'll let you know what happens once we discover it. Oh, we found it. Guess what? It was sunk or something. I feel like that'd make a little more sense. I'll do this real quick. Blow my nose. Ugh. Nasty. Ugh. Jeez, glad I caught that. Damn. Damn. Do I have my hat? Oh, it's over there. Yeah, I'm sitting down now. Let's see what's... Oh wow, there actually is some stuff of die. Socialist orcas. Oh my god, I love it. Orcas keep destroying rich people's yachts. Oh my god, this literally is being more and more of a thing. Is there like straight more videos of this too?
Last month, killer whales surrounding a boat sailing through the Strait of Gibraltar were met with loud noises, an attempt by the crew to scare them off. The pod rammed the boat continuously for over an hour, managing to...
Whoa, I heard that thunk, dude. Dude, that thunk was that orca. Whoa.
The rudder. With seawater gushing into the boat, the experienced crew of 4 issued a mayday call. And
oh my god!
Towed to shore unharmed. In another recent instance off the coast of Spain, 3 orcas repeatedly struck a yacht, causing...
These are the same orcas, bro. I guarantee it. Like, there's a pod of orcas in or around the state of Gibraltar, and they're doing this. Like, they have set in stone in their minds that they're doing this, and this is their pastime right now.
Entirely after Spanish Coast Guards rescued the crew on board.
Being rescued by, having to get rescued by people because you're getting attacked by orcas. I mean, the thing is, this is honestly a really new thing. I mean, orcas usually don't attack people. Like, this is, legitimately kind of a newer phenomenon, and I guarantee it was because of these fucking boats. I don't think they have a problem with the people, they got a problem with the fucking boats.
Well, comrades, I'm happy to report some very good news. It seems as if the socialist revolution has finally arrived, but the proletariat isn't rising up and eating the rich. Based orcas, however, are, and you just love to see it. Now, this graph, courtesy of PBS News, includes data from a local network of sailors that reported 7 sightings and 9 attacks in the month of June alone.
Oh my, dude, they are yeah. So these orcas are all hanging out, around the state of Gibraltar, this whole orca pod, which sounds like at least 6 or something, at least 3 for sure, or at least 3 or 4 of them, and they are just patrolling these waters and fucking any boat up that they happen to get close to.
In the Strait of Gibraltar, but this isn't a new phenomenon because, as Gizmodo explains, in early May, 3 orcas took down the Alboran Champagne, a Swiss yacht sailing through the Strait of Gibraltar. All 4 people who had been aboard the ship were rescued, but the ship wasn't. It was the 3rd boat.
Oh, too bad, so sad. All orcas are comrades. Awak. Awak.
Orcas had sunk off the Iberian Peninsula in recent years. Just a few weeks later, the whale struck again, this time targeting another yacht, a 66-foot-long British vessel called the Beauty of Clyde. This boat...
Oh my god, I love how these weird, rich-ass yachts have, the most weird names. The Beauty of Yacht. Second, last stream ended mid-sneeze. It ended mid-sneeze. I actually wouldn't be too surprised, because I was having a little sneeze build-up.
But was severely damaged, according to The Independent. Both incidents come as part of a string of more than 250 run-ins in which orcas have appeared to willfully...
Did he just actually put those meme glasses on?
...wreck boats in the region dating back to 2020. I'm sorry, but can we just pause for a moment? Orcas are targeting gigantic yachts. They are sinking Swiss yachts named Alboran Champagne. It doesn't get any more pretentious than that.
Alboran Champagne. It's oh my god, your boat deserves to get sunk if you name it that.
And with these details in mind, how can you not root for them? I, for one, welcome our new orca overlords, and apparently...
I mean, considering, like, they haven't really attacked fishing boats or, like, you know, anything like that, I'm assuming there is, like, something about these yachts that they just do not like specifically. And I'm thinking, because if you think about it, like, when it comes to things like fishing boats, they're going, like, trying to get fish and stuff, which orcas also eat, right? So they're probably thinking, oh, you know, it's like, those boats are actually okay because they're around a bunch of food. So they're probably thinking they either are, like, you know, getting food like we are, or, you know, we fucking, you know, like, or they're giving us some food or some shit. You know, it's like they think there might be some back and forth going on, probably. But with these other boats, like these yachts and shit, ooh, that actually makes me think. What if these, like, orcas have been, like, over time, like, thought that, like, oh, well, you know, because there's, you know, fishing boats and shit that might come through, you know, and, like, there might be an off chance, maybe, people might have fed them or something like that. There might be a possibility that they're just, like, not being fed anymore. And if it sounds like from 2020, after the pandemic, where a lot of people aren't really going out and about and traveling and shit, I feel like, yeah, there might be a little bit of correlation, I think. I mean, it's just assumption, it's speculative. Next will be Krakens, then the Leviathan. Yeah, we pushed Atlantis way too far, dude. It's gonna be some crazy shit, bro. Next, the giant squid are gonna be, like, rising up from the sea.
Do too. Jay Bowie on Twitter tweeted out, "Solidarity with my orca comrades." Additionally, Blame Tag writes, "Have you guys seen J.K. Rowling's $19.2 million yacht? And by you guys, I mean orcas." And people are so stoked about the orca revolution that they even made a song about the orcas. So now we're fighting back. I ride with a pod, I slide with a pack. Okay, let's just...
Oh my god, you know what? That fucking slapped. That shit straight up slapped. Hold on, is there a full, like, version of that song? That shit straight slapped. That was actually kind of bopping to that. Bruh. Please tell me that's somewhere in here. Is it not? It ain't. God damn it. Stop drilling in the ocean. Hydra rears its fire-breathing heads. But the graphs! Who gives a fuck about your graphs? It just starts blowing, like, just like sulfuric fire water at him or something.
Then a little, okay? I also love the orcas destroying rich people's yachts, but making an entire song about them is a little bit overboard. Terrible. Just
wow.
Terrible.
Wow.
But in all seriousness, they're not done harassing rich people, and they're now seemingly targeting American oligarchs, because as Gizmodo continues, on Sunday, a group of researchers surveying the seas from a plane spotted 4 whales just south of Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard in an area where orca sightings are exceedingly rare, according to a New York Times.
Oil companies would do that shit. Oh, dude, they totally would. They totally be like, they would look at these orcas and then the Kraken and the Leviathans from the sea and be like, but the graphs, but our profits though. Can't you think about the profits?
Elsewhere in New England, a fishing crew noted another orca in Cape Cod Bay near Provincetown, Massachusetts on the same day. But it gets even better because 20 killer whales were spotted off the coast of San Francisco, and I'm going to just assume that they showed up to do reconnaissance against the elites in Silicon Valley.
Dude, oh my god. Dude, they're organizing. Like, holy shit. Like, I mean, there are these because they are very communicative, and every, like, orca pod has, like, their own little language and shit. But with that, they can, like, you know, communicate with other pods and other whales and shit. Dude, I guarantee you they're, like, spreading the word. Because, like, you know, because orcas are known to, like, get into fads and shit. Like, they have, like, pretty strong social cliques. Or social cliques. So it's like, I mean, there's been times where, like, there's even, like, a few pods that, like, had this whole fad, like, back in, like, the early 2000s or the late 90s, I think, where they literally were wearing, like, turtles for hats. I'm not even kidding. They would find turtles, you know, like, around the coast and shit, and would, like, pick them up and... Is this my, this better be my fucking card. But they would actually fucking, like, you know, like, pick up these turtles, and they will, like, nab them. And not, like, you know, try to kill them or anything, but just literally pick them up, play around with them, and literally have them on top of their head and, like, wear them around as a hat. Like, not even kidding. Like, it was, so, like, seriously, they will do shit like that. Is this, oh my god, it better be. Is it? Yay! It is! Yay, now I'm back in the action. I have to activate it and everything. Great. Whatever, I'll do that later. Yo! Okay, cool, yeah, whatever. Now I have to activate that later. Smooth.
Logical explanation. So it's not just that the orcas have already sunk the yachts for rich people. They are now showing up to locations where we usually don't see them, and I think they're sending a message to these elites elsewhere throughout the world. They're putting them on notice as well, letting them know that their yachts are next.
And I hear the F-15s flying around. Even we're, you know, flexing.
Love to see it.
America's ready. America's ready for the orca rise up, dude.
You know that the orcas are a true threat to power.
But I'm definitely on the side of the orcas, by the way. I fucking told y'all nature was rising against us. Dude, I mean, it only was a matter of time. I mean, they already was. Like, look at these crazy, like, weather events we just had in the past few days. The crazy hail and shit over here. Fucking crazy-ass storms all over. It's like, I mean, dude.
Because American news outlets are already publishing propaganda.
It's been doing it for a while. Now the animals are getting in on it.
The Atlantic published a piece by bootlicker Jacob Stern where he claims killer whales are not our friends. Stop rooting for the orcas ramming boats.
No. I literally will not stop doing that. In fact, I'm going to do it now even more and hope that they find your fucking specific yacht, you weird little wormball, Jacob Stern, and fucking wreck yours and make it sink to the bottom of the ocean. Like, because I guarantee you this fuck has a yacht, because why are you so fucking butthurt over it? Oh, you don't want your little yacht getting broken down and sunk to the sea? Wah.
Now, just stop and think for a moment about how propagandized we are in this society, where we're being told that the orcas destroying rich people's boats is not something that we should actively root for. We should be rooting against it.
I hope they're mistaken for a seal and eat them. Dude, I mean, yeah. Unfortunately, like, you know, humans aren't really as tasty as seals, so I feel like they would eventually spit him back out, but at least he'll be chewed up.
No, I refuse. And the argument that he makes, in my opinion, is downright defamatory, calling these orcas sadistic jerks who, quote, torment seal pups as a hobby. Okay, first...
What the fuck, bro? Wow, dude, are you serious? They are trying so hard, bro. Oh yeah, but like, humans don't do that? Humans don't torture fucking seal pups for their own enjoyment and their fur? Like, I'm not even kidding, like, seal hunters will literally take baseball clubs and shit and will, like, beat seals puppies to death, you know, for their fur and shit. Like, what? Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, but orcas are the problem with that. Fuck you, Jacob Stern, you actual worm. You fuck. Like, what the fuck? Go look at humanity before you start blaming other animals for, like, whatever sadism they have, which they don't. Like, they literally don't. Like, the idea is orcas do that for some sadistic thing is not true. It's like saying cats, you know, play around with their prey because of sadism. No, they don't. Like, we know, at least when it comes to cats, a lot of reasons they do it for, you know, like, practice in a way, and also for, you know, like, stimulation. You know, like, playing around. Like, I mean, it's like, that's what they do.
Well, do some orcas torment seal pups as a hobby? Sure. But maybe the seal pup deserved it. Seal pups have reportedly attacked human swimmers, so maybe those orcas were defending their human comrades. Second of all, if orcas terrorize seal pups so frequently, shouldn't we be thankful that they're now terrorizing rich people instead? Right? I mean, aren't you happy that humpback whales, who oftentimes defend seals and sunfish from orcas, are going to now get a little bit of a break? Isn't that a good thing? Shouldn't we be happy that they've decided to direct their ire towards rich people and their yachts?
Do orcas eat shrimp? I don't see why they want it. I don't know. I would assume that they probably do. At least just by proxy, just because, like, if they're eating other things, I'm assuming there's probably a chance that shrimp are going to be probably, you know, being, like, in there, too, to some extent, right? Like, I mean, at least, like, let's say they go after a bunch of, like, you know, a pod of fish or school fish and, you know, some shrimp are there. Like, I mean, I'm assuming the likelihood that they probably do, but it's not like, you know, something they actively seek out. I mean, they are small little things. I mean, I don't think orcas are going to try to go out of the way to hunt those. They're going after things like seals and bigger things.
Now, let me just say, this article is outright slander, and I refuse to accept such broad generalizations about our cetacean comrades. But on a serious note, the question really is, like, what's going on here? Why are these orcas doing this?
Are
sharks?
They actually... Yeah. Dude, like, orcas, actually, there's, you know, speaking of, actually, there's a pod of orcas on the East Coast that, I think on the southeastern coast of the U.S., like, you know, in the Carolinas, Florida, and shit like that. Like, there's, it's been shown that there's been different sharks that have been killed recently with only specifically their livers gone. And it's from orca attacks. And a lot of these sharks, you know, are getting killed and partly eaten, mostly for their livers. And they're, and these orcas, like, know where that is in sharks, and because it's so, like, nutrient packed, you know, especially for orcas, like, they, you know, specifically want that. So they basically, you know, these orcas, at least on the East Coast, are basically essentially saying, ah, fuck eating the whole shark, we'll just go after their livers, because this is a lot easier to do. And plus, we get more out of it. So it's like, in a way, it's also kind of easier to take just one big fat chunk out of a shark, you know, where their liver is, and just, you know, fuck them off, or they're just gonna die, you know, versus trying to fight them, you know, and trying to kill them that way. You know, just get one good, like, ambush, you know, versus, like, you know, fighting them and shit. It's honestly, you know, easier for an orca if you think about it. Especially considering their tactics. I mean, have you seen orcas, like, fucking, like, hunt seals, like, that are, like, right off the, you know, shore of the water? They will, like, torpedo themselves, like, on land, and then, like, force them back themselves in the water after grabbing a fucking seal or some shit. It's like, these things, like, killer whales are fucking crazy, dude. Orcas are just, like, insanely smart and, like, very calculative and really intelligent. Like, they are smart.
And the truth is, we really don't know for sure. Maybe the orcas read marks. That's one theory. But marine biologists have...
There's no, it's not.
Number of hypotheses. For example, Gizmodo continues, perhaps as marine mammal biologist Andrew Trites hypothesized to New York Times, the uptick in orca presence is the result of locally rebounding seal and shark numbers, i.e. more orca food, or perhaps something else is going on, referring specifically to the orcas being sighted around the United States. Maybe, as my colleague Linda Kodega has speculated, the whales are organizing. Terrible.
Wow, dude, these puns are starting to get bad.
Supporting Kodega's thesis, the massive pod of killer whales that were partying it up in Monterey Bay, also on Sunday, per a report from The Guardian, about 30 orcas representing 11 different family groups came together off the coast of California to splash, breach, and play. The little ones were wrestling and rolling like a bunch of puppies, Nancy Black, a marine biologist with Monterey Bay Whale Watch and the California Killer Whale Project, told The Guardian. Though the whale's motives remain murky, some researchers have theorized that the boat aggression is a learned behavior originating with a single female orca named White Gladys. Some headlines have framed the attacks as revenge attempts over a boat collision injury White Gladys may have incurred, though not all marine scientists are convinced.
Whoa. Dude. I'm convinced, actually. Like, because the fact that killer whales, and it's just kind of proven with that article there, like, I mean, 11 different, like, family orcapod groups, you know, come together. It kind of proves what I was saying earlier, like, they, you know, will get together, you know, exchange information, chat with each other, like, basically have, like, a little reunion, basically. Like, family reunion type of shit, almost. Or, like, you know, the, like, different neighborhoods, you know, getting together and having, like, a gigantic fat block party, but on an ocean level, you know, and then, you know, they're all just, like, chilling, doing their thing, but because of that, they exchange information. And a part of that is, I think, you know, because of that one killer whale that got injured due to a boat collision, which frankly might not even have been intentional. It probably was just it's just unfortunate circumstance, but they interpret that as, what the fuck, that's bullshit, and obviously, you know, want to at least have some sort of, you know, like, payback in a way. I do think there's at least something like that going on there, where it's like, maybe not like full-on vindictive, like it's war, but like, you know, hey, you fucked with us a little bit, we're gonna fuck with you now. You know, and now all of them want to kind of take a piece of the cake, right? Like, I feel like that's what's going on, because, I mean, like I said, these guys are smart. Like, whales aren't, like, killer whales especially are not just, like, dumb. Like, they are very intelligent, and got very sophisticated, like, social cliques and shit. I mean, honestly, to a level that we don't totally 100% understand, just because, you know, like, their, like, level of, like, communication intelligence is just not ours. I mean, it's totally different. So, but nonetheless, I mean, it shows that they do. And it's kind of whack. I mean, in a way to think that, you know, shit like this can spread so much. Like, you know, like their world of information, you know, is able to, like, spread and shit in a way that, you know, is kind of like we have before. You know, when it comes to, like, you know, having, like, the messenger going from town to town, spreading the word and shit. Like, I mean, it's kind of what they're doing.
So basically,
it's so cool, honestly, because, I mean, it kind of shows a little bit about their, you know, like, about what the fuck, about how their minds work. And did a fly just kamikaze my head? I just felt something hit me here.
Why they're doing this, but I, for one, have not seen a single scientist explicitly rule out these socialist revolutionary theories, so, yeah, take that for what it is. But what is clear, however, is that human socialists have been saying we should eat the rich for years, whereas orca socialists are actually doing it. It's clear which species has actually read Lenin, and I'll leave that there.
Oh my god. The orcas have become the woke mob, dude. Damn. Even the ocean's gone woke. Dude, they do not usually shrimp out of small crustaceans, so... However, they do eat squid, which means they could probably eat octopi as well. Therefore, there's potential to kill 3 with 1 stone. Damn. I mean, it's possible. Oh god, there's another banger right after this one. Man, god, having sex with a tree? No, what? Oh my god. Wow, alright, you know what? Wow, today is actually a good day for news. We didn't get the one moderate orca. They eat it. Yeah, you get the one moderate orca who's just like, you know, both sides ended up, and they just like cannibalize that orca without remorse. But oh my god, they're I'm not kidding. This is actually a thing. Wow. I already had to like it. This is just gonna be too good. This is gonna be too good.
I don't even know what to say about this thing. I don't even know what to say. I just know I had to show you. You have to see it because I had to see it. Man arrested for trying to have sex with tree after shocked sunseekers witness him kissing and rubbing stump.
I'm pretty sure he was doing more than just kissing and rubbing a stump up, you know what I mean?
It's more than kissing and rubbing. I'll tell you that much. It is more than kissing and rubbing. The man...
Man, wow, what a great news day today.
Arrested in Salisbury, Wiltshire on Tuesday afternoon.
Salisbury, Wiltshire? Like, so this is in the UK? Is this England? Is this like some weird English shit? Salisbury, Wiltshire? That definitely does not sound like Florida, because honestly my first guess was going to be Florida, but England? Not, well, you know what, I'm not surprised.
I know what you're thinking. I know what you're saying. You're saying, Kyle, show me that man fucking a tree.
Oh my god.
Well, you asked and you shall receive. Here you go.
Oh, well, yeah. Yep, there he is. Yep, he's going down on that shit.
They blurted it out. And the reason they blurted it out is because he progressively has less and less clothes on. So he started out...
yeah, you got something to say here, buddy?
Off his underwear and his shorts. He still had the shirt on, then eventually took the shirt off. Because you know, when you're about to get freaky deaky, you want to...
Wood on wood, dude.
It's to be totally naked. You can't be one of those dudes who just takes his...
I mean, I guess he literally had some morning wood, man. You know, it's like, hey, when you got to work the stump out, you got to work the stump out. Oh, man, dude, the puns. Oh, my God. Today is just really punny right now, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
Hole in his pajama pants. That's weird. Women don't like that. And my guess is a tree wouldn't like it either. So here we are. This dude was fucking a tree. Now, the part that gets me, let's say this is your thing, right? Why wouldn't you wait till it was nighttime?
Because it's cold. That's why. Like, I mean, it's kind of cold. I'm imagining there might be, like, some sort of nocturnal critter that might be in the little stump hole that you want to fuck. I mean, like, I imagine there would be some caveats about that one.
Why wouldn't you wait until nobody was around?
And also, like, couldn't you find, like, any other place to do this?
A freaky ass could get away with
just a tree stump in the middle of a park.
Why wouldn't you do that? You're just asking for everybody to point at you, make fun of you, record videos, take pictures, go, what the hell is going on here?
Well, maybe he wanted that. I mean, you know what? Yeah, actually, maybe he probably wanted that. Maybe the dude had, like, a mutilation fetish and was, like, an exhibitionist. The fires of passion cannot be delayed, Kyle. his fiery, like, horny stump tree passion, you know, for his love of the environment.
Asking for people to call the cops on you, which, by the way, are we sure there's a law in the books that says you can't do that? Because the cops are going to come talk to him and he's going to be like, did I break a law? I mean, I guess.
I mean, yeah, kind of. Public decency, I guess, just because you're literally naked. If, like, not just naked, though, but, like, sexually aroused and fucking a tree naked in public. Like, there are some places, like, I know Portland is one of them, where you could technically be naked, you know, as long as you don't show signs of sexual arousal. So, basically, you don't got a boner or whatever the fuck, right? Like, stuff like that. You know, but for all intents and purposes, you can be naked if you want. I mean, you know, so it's like, they're, like, legally, that is kind of a gray area, depending on where you're at. But the caveat is, though, you can't be, like, you know, like, sexually aroused or horny while you're doing so. That's the caveat. So you can't be doing this. I mean, this guy can't be fucking a tree.
Naked in public, right?
If he wanted to be naked in public, he could do that, but he can't be, like, you know, trying to spank down a tree. A witness report. He made eye contact with me the entire time he did it.
That's not even that much of a penalty for that one, right? So is this dude gonna be free to molest the forest and rape the forest on a daily basis?
Rape and molest the forest. Oh my god, this guy's a menace to the forest, dude. Oh my god.
It looks like that might be what we're looking at. So here's what they say in the article on this. A man has been arrested for trying to have sex with a tree. They say trying.
Trying?
I don't know, look to me like he did.
Dude, yeah, he went all the way, bro. Like, he went home base. That is a home run, you know, like, it's, if I've ever seen one, bro. He went batter up and went home run, bro. that ain't trying, he did.
And, of course, cue the endless joke, like the first person says here, talk about morning wood. There's a lot of wood jokes going on, for understandable
Oh my
reasons.
god, dude.
Police were called to the odd encounter in Queen Elizabeth Gardens, Salisbury, Wiltshire on Tuesday as temperatures
Oh my god, it is England.
across the country soared. Members of the public had been concerned about the man's behavior when he suddenly exposed himself and began rubbing his body against the bark.
And also, wouldn't that hurt? Like, bark that, like, is rough and super coarse. Like, that shit, like, even if you accidentally, like, you know, like fall up against a tree or some shit, and, like, you kind of, like, slide up against it, like, you can kind of get scraped up from bark. Like, I would imagine that would probably cause more injury than pleasure, but I guess for some people they're into that, I guess.
Footage shows the man kicking off his blue shorts and pulled...
I mean, I guess there isn't really that much bark left on the tree. I mean, it looks like whatever the out layer of it was is gone, but still, it's like, what the hell?
Navy t-shirt before embracing the tree.
A Navy t-shirt? Okay, that explains it. He's a Navy guy. He's a seaman. That would explain it. Alright, that explains some of it. You got a seaman. In the Navy. Where we fucking men in trees. Like, I mean, dude, you know, oh my god, dude, like, whenever it comes to, like, anyone, like, most people in the Navy, like, oh my god, I don't know what it is, but there's always something weird about them. I mean, like, they're either, like, the most, like, chillest, very smart, like, smartest people you might see, you know, like, might meet and shit, and they're, like, super chill, or they're just legit, like, got some weird thing going on about them. They got, like, a skeleton or two. And I don't mean, like, serious, like, bad shit. I just kind of mean, like, something that's more lighthearted, or, like, you know, like a sexual kink or something like that. I mean, it's just, it's more like that. Like, you're always gonna, like, if you ever meet someone from the Navy and know them long enough, you're going to, you know, start noticing that.
Man in his 40s was arrested on suspicion of indecent exposure.
I think there's something about being on a boat with a bunch of dudes that eventually just make people stop giving a fuck. And just make them, like, raunchy just for the rest of their life.
Being released on bail as inquiries are ongoing. So the fact that he, like, stripped down and sort of did it all in one fell swoop quickly, he must have been really horny. He must have been really horny. Look, we got more pictures here. I think that's the same one. This one might be a little different. He seems like he's got the dick in...
Dude, oh my god, he's got, like, the... like, dude, he's got, like, the whole... thing going on. Oh, dude, what the hell, man? He's into this.
Against the tree. By the way, it's also a dead
Dude,
tree.
it reminds me, like, and it actually is, yeah. I mean, that also makes it a little weird. It's not a living tree. It's a tree that was cut down and is now just a big stump. Like, that makes it a little weird. Like, even more so than already. Like, but, like, at the same time, also, you got, like, you know... like, these weird-ass fucking things and shit, where it's, like, we got, like, these obscure-ass, like, kinks and shit. I remember there's, like, it was a big thing on YouTube. It was, like, a meme for a minute, like, where there's a documentary about this chick that literally was, like, attracted to a roller coaster or some shit. You remember that? Like, that was a big thing back in, like, what, like, 2015, 16 about or something like that? I remember that shit being kind of, like, big, and a lot of people talk about it for a minute. And I think the documentary itself is an older one, like, from the mid-2000s or late 2000s, but it, like, resurfaced from the internet. Someone, like, rediscovered it, and it just, like, exploded for a minute. Like, it kind of reminds me of, like, some shit like that, where you got, like, these just super obscure, weird, like, kinks that people have. And I think this guy's just one of them. Because he got, like, you know, all sorts of different, just weird-ass, like, like, kinks and shit. It's just, like, I mean, you know, where... they see something that, like, suits that very weird, super obscure niche, and they're like, yeah, they're like, I might not get another chance to see something like this, especially that gets me going. Like, I mean, there's something about it. I don't know why, I don't get it, but it's, yeah. Like, it's basically if they see an opportunity to, like, you know, take advantage of, like, unleashing on a kink and shit, sometimes that overrides whatever fucking, like, critical thinking they might have had going on prior. They're gonna be like, fuck it. Quite literally.
I don't know why, but I sort of feel like a living tree would have been even less concerning. It would have been less extreme. It would have been slightly more socially acceptable if the tree was alive.
Slightly more.
You're like, not only are you attracted to trees, but you're sort of like a necrophiliac for trees, right? Isn't that the word for being attracted to dead corpses? God, the pictures get worse and worse. They get worse and worse.
He's full on straddling that thing. Like, he's full on, like, got full grip going, dude. He's got, like, dude, he's like, taking on the reins, bro.
Right? He had to understand that there were people around. There's no way he didn't know. One witness said...
You know, like, I'm wondering if maybe he was also, like, high on something. You know, because there's always, like, an off chance that that's the case. Like, usually, you know, like, sometimes when they, like, a weird kink thing, sometimes they literally just drugs. I mean, you know, and I do feel like there might be a hunch about that, too. But, I don't know, he seems, like, aware enough in the act, so I don't know if it actually is. Like, or, I mean, if it is it, like, just, like, a small dose of it to where he's not full on, like, tripping out or something, or what? Now we know the tree in the forest doesn't make a sound. Yeah, because you got this guy muffling it. Muffling just screams for help.
Walking in the park with one of my mates, and we saw a man hugging a tree and thought it was interesting. He's doing a lot more than hugging, buddy. We walked closer, and as we did, we saw his trousers down, and this is pure gold. That's why I started recording, and he just started taking off all his clothes and kissing the tree. After I stopped recording, the police turned up and started following the man around, then arrested him. A spokesperson for the Wiltshire Police said a man in his 40s was arrested on suspicion of indecent exposure yesterday. After officers were called to Queen Elizabeth Garden shortly after 4:30, he was taken into custody and has been released on bail. So, my question is, how many trees has this guy boned in his day?
That's what is important to you, Kyle? I mean, like, god damn it, now he's making me think about this. Dude, he's 40. I guarantee he's fucked, like, a shitload of them, bro. I guarantee he probably has one at his house that he, like, goes to on the regular, but he got bored of it, so he was walking around finding some other ones to fuck. Dude,
it's almost a guarantee this is not the first one, right?
Yeah.
This isn't just something you do randomly on a Wednesday afternoon. It's not like, you know, your whole life you've gone being normal, then one day it pops in your mind like, I should fuck a tree. That's not what happens. So, how many trees has he previously done this to? How many trees? Is there jizz all over Wiltshire in England? Because this dude has been nutting on him the entire time for like decades.
Oh my god, the just casual, just way that Kyle's talking about this just has been killing me. Yeah, is he just like, you know, just been casually going up to different trees all his life, just not... Oh my god, this is the best thing I've heard, like, all year, I think, so far. Holy shit, this is the best story. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh man, I need a break, cause holy shit, I'm gonna, like, just start having, like, some pains and start crying if I just keep going. Oh. Dude, this is so fucking funny.
I mean, he's in his 40s, right? He's been around for a while.
You know, honestly, give him a pass. I'm willing to, like, give this guy a little bit of a pass, honestly. When we said to plant the seeds, that's not what we meant. Yeah, when we're talking about, you know, fertilizing the plants, so, you know, or getting some fertilizer, this isn't what we meant. No.
He's been busting a lot of nuts. Are all those nuts tree-bound? Because they might be. So look, on the one hand, I'll say, hey man, if it was dark at night and nobody was around, am I gonna get your ass arrested for being a freak?
I mean, honestly, like, I'm only, like, the only problem is he did this in public with a bunch of people around. Like, if he was out in the forest or, yeah, at night where there's no one around outside of maybe, like, some random homeless person sleeping there or some shit, which, yeah, they're gonna care. In fact, they're probably just gonna stare and be like, or whatever the fuck, and make weird grunts in the background. You know, so, like, I mean, like, mostly, like, no one would care at that point. But this guy decided to just be broad daylight, literally in the middle of a field, like, the one tree that, like, he could have, like, avoided it, he went for that. It was in the middle of a field. And he went for that one. I mean, it's like, he basically, like, did everything possible to be exposed, which actually makes me think he might, at least in some part, be exhibitionist. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I do think, at least to some extent, he might be an exhibitionist, which is why he did it in public. He was like, you know what, that's a good-looking tree. I'm into that. You know what, I got a little bit of an exhibition fetish, and I see some people around. Fuck it. It's my one chance. Like, dude, he probably, unironically, like, was thinking that. They probably asked, they will probably ask to join, but he doesn't seem like a sharer. Yeah, he's not much of a sharer. He wants that tree to himself. I mean, you saw how he was straddling that. He was like, mine. It's like, it's all mine.
He gets kind of crazy.
He was owning it, dude.
Off in the head. But if nobody was around, there wasn't the potential of kids being there, or anybody else for that matter. Nobody was around. Hey man, live and let live. Live and let live. But, the most important point in this conversation is, whatever happened to crazy, right? Some people are just crazy.
Whatever happened to crazy, it stayed being crazy. It's just that, we have a lot more of a platform to see crazy. Like, I mean, it's like this, like, that's the thing. Whatever happened to it, it got more of a platform. That's what. I mean, it used to be a lot more, like, kind of localized and shit, or if it just happened to be that crazy, then it would be, like, kind of national or international. But, like, I mean, for the most part, it never really got, like, boosted so much. But nowadays, I mean, it has, like, such a platform, because, I mean, at the very minimal, there's a sense of schadenfreude with it. I mean, people like to laugh at other people's stupidity and craziness. So, I mean, at the very minimal, just because of the virtue of schadenfreude, like, I mean, that, you know, is partly why it's more platform these days. I guess in a way that's not necessarily a bad thing, but, you know, it's like, in a way it can be, depending on the level of crazy. Because you got, like, you know, hardcore, like, you know, turn the frogs, damn, like, you know, run everything, blah, blah. You got that level of crazy, but then you get, like, I want to fuck a tree, you know, type of crazy. So it's like, I mean, there's a level of degree here, but You know, and with this guy's crazy, I mean, it's just benign, whatever. I give him a pass. Just go in the forest or something. Don't do this in public, bro.
If being sexually attracted to a tree doesn't fit that definition, then I don't think anything does. Now, granted, again, you're not hurting anybody. If you were by yourself, that is.
I mean, it's just benign crazy. That's what it is. I mean, this dude's just kind of like benignly crazy. I mean, he's got a little bit of crazy going on, but it's just benign. Like, it's harmless. I mean, he's weird, a little nutty, but a little tree nutty, I guess. But whatever. Takes his love for the environment a little too far.
When I see something like this, I think, goodness gracious me, we need a mental health overhaul. Not just in this country, because this isn't in the U.S., this is in the U.K., but around the world. Now, I don't know. I know the NHS is a much better healthcare system than the United States healthcare system here. For example, we have 500,000 people a year that go bankrupt because they can't pay their medical bills. Huge problem. 45,000 people.
I like how Kyle's taking the last half of this video to start talking about policy. Of course, dude. I love Kyle for that. He made like the first half of this like the funniest thing ever to just like horseshoeing like his policy talking points that he usually does. But he's not wrong though. The thing is though, I don't think that would necessarily get rid of this, so to speak, with the story, you know what I mean? But I feel like at least we would have a better way to address it, you know, I guess. Or at least have a better way for people like that to have outlets that are healthier, in a sense, instead of just going in the middle of a park at the one tree in the middle of the field. Like, I mean, you know, or whatever the hell. I mean, you know, so, I mean, because all in all, yeah, I mean, we definitely need a mental health overhaul. I mean, and yeah, in a way, there is kind of a slight indictment about that, you know, from that story. But, I mean, you know, it's like, the dude's just got some weird, crazy kinks, and he probably just needs counsel to be like, you probably shouldn't do that in public. Do that where no one can see you. So you don't, get arrested for, being sexually aroused in public. You can't join, but you can film. Well, they did. Like, and if anything, it sounded like he was getting even more intense when he started filming. So if anything, it sounded like he was waiting for someone to film him. It's like, oh my lord. Which makes me think the dude is at least legitimately, at least in some part, actually an exhibitionist, at least to some extent. Because, like, I mean, he got more, like, boned up and wooded up, no pun intended, like, over them recording. So, and the fact that they were there. So, I'm starting to think that there's at least a little exhibitionism thing going on there with that guy. What is with you, bro? See, I knew it. I had the door open, but you closed yourself in there, and you're probably barking because you want to go outside. Dude, come here. Come on. There you go. What the hell? You're a weirdo. Wow. What a little goober. Ugh. What a goofball. Well, this is, I think going outside now. Sounds like he is. If not, I'll make sure he does, because, my god, I don't want to have to deal with his fucking turds every time I go on break. Because of it being wet, he does not like that. He doesn't want to go outside because of it, but it's so fucking annoying. And I know you haven't even took your pissy out either, bro. So I know you need to go out there. Yeah, go on. Silly little thing. Whoa! What, you doing fly hunting? Yep, yeah, he's fly hunting. The only thing he will hunt. Will never hunt anything else, but he will hunt a fly. Oh, he's actually, like, going after a duo. Well, you gotta be more of a sneaker than that. You can't just, like, walk up to it like a monster truck. They see that. Those things are fucking hell absorbent. Chick stream sneak. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want to see, like, this weird little sneeze thing you were mentioning. Go live. It'll be right here, right? Oh, wow, in Georgia. George Beach, about damn, I'll tell you what now. Get to the last little... Okay. We'll see the little sneeze. I want to see what you're talking about here. Have to get myself to work and all that fun shit, which, oh boy, that's gonna be great. Woo! So, actually, it shouldn't be that bad today. But, anyway, I'll be as per usual in all that lovely goodness. So. Oh, well, that's actually more of just kind of like the little, little cough from my, little toke I did. And for some reason, like, I start skipping around right at the end. Yeah, that little, and then just like this, it kind of looked like it was about to be a little sneeze, actually. But I did get one, like, a little bit after that. But, I mean, it was mostly just, you know, a little casual cough. Like, I pretty much don't look any much different because I'm wearing the same jackets. Just not the hat. I mean, it's a little warmer today, but not that much. That fly's right there. Fuck, I don't have anything to hit it with. Oh, wait, I actually kind of do. Oh, fuck, it flew up. Come on. Land over here again, bitch. Oh, you fucker. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, ho? Oh, you're up there now. Prick. Welp. Oh my god. Kitties. Damn, that kitty just straight up fucking got ambushed with the sneezes.
Are you quite finished?
Oh, Sukov came back from outside. Looks like he did his business. Aww. Like, Zukov's, like, just as cute when he does that shit, too. He does that a lot, and, well, not a lot, but he'll do that occasionally. One of our old cats sneezes in my face. Dude, Zukov has done that a few times, like, when I wake up, every now and then. Like, I'll be like, hey, what's up, buddy? You know, kind of give him some loves, and every now and then he'll do this, like, and because it's just woke up, he's got, like, a little bit of mucus, like I do sometimes, and he'll go, and of course, it's like a shotgun blast, and of course it's all up my grill, all up my face and everything. That's happened a few times, and it fucking sucks, and it's horrible, it's gross. Mouth may have been open. Ah! It's even worse for me, because I'm usually got my eyes open, like, you know, it's like just all sorts of exposure happening. It's like, yeah. If there's, like, anything that would make me sick, I mean, he would have most certainly just, like, just guaranteed it right there, just a direct blast. And every now and then he'll do, like, this, and then he'll, like, do this, like, majestic with his whole chest, you know, poofed out, just like, what the fuck? Just like, no, that did not affect me. But he's a sweet little goober. Damn it, cat. That's how I feel about him. Damn cats. Just being little bastards. Do a little time trial, huh? Yeah, about almost time for work. Saw a new Craven trailer. New Craven? Don't know what that is, but I am definitely a little bit intrigued about it. I think I heard a little bit of it kind of earlier today, or not earlier today, but at least I think I might have saw some about, you know, like a new, like, Kraven coming out. Why does Sony keep trying to push anti-hero shit? Well, I think a part of it is just because, like, I mean, it's something that people are kind of into, especially with, like, Thanos and, like, a few of these other, like, anti-hero characters. You know, like the Punisher, too, is, like, another example. Even though, obviously, the idea of Punisher is heavily misconstrued by a lot of right-wing, cop-loving fascist types and shit, the actual idea of, Punisher is actually kind of the opposite of what they think. But, anyway, nonetheless, though. Like, they look at these type of, like, characters and these, like, anti-hero types as kind of, like, you know, something that works, and they're basically essentially just trying to, like, tap into that market. Which the thing is, would be fine if they make it work, but Sony isn't exactly making shit work. Like, nothing in their DC universe has really worked out that well, outside of, like their Batman shit, but that's been beyond overdone that I don't want nothing to do with it. So it's just like, I mean, like, goddamn. But in the comics, they start as villains and then evolve into anti-heroes. The movies skip that development. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really too surprised. Because, like, they're more about just, like, you know, the action pack, you know, maximization of just, like, getting people sitting in the seats. Like, they don't actually care about the development of that shit. Which is part of the problem. Like, this is why a lot of their movies kind of suck. I mean, at least MCU does, like, give some level of character development in their movies. Even if it is, you know, basic, you know, kind of rote stuff. I mean, it's like, at least there is some fucking development they give characters. You know, and especially lately with some of these newer movies that come out, they've actually been, like, I think changing it up and kind of establishing kind of like a little bit of a, almost kind of a sense of a new norm about, like, kind of adapting a little bit, especially when it comes to animations and, you know, these different, like, you know, developmental arc structures. Because especially with, like, the Spider-Verse movies, I mean, it has broken away from a decent amount of, like, the same superhero tropes, you know, to where it's kind of established, like, you know, in order for it to be super successful and to keep people hooked on it, you gotta change it up. We can't just be doing the same shit over and over again. Which is, you know, as much as I'm kind of, like, you know, over the superhero shit, is why I'm actually into those Spider-Verse movies. Because, I mean, not just because, like, they changed it up, you know, with how they do it, but also because, like, I mean, just look at the animation. I mean, honestly, like, they changed up the whole animation style from the typical, like, DreamWorks / like, Disney Pixar style to where it was a legit breath of fresh air. So, I mean, they've kind of, like, set the, like, you know, like, kind of set the road up, you know, to basically be like, in order for shit to be successful, you kind of have to, like, you know, go off the beaten path. Do some new shit. The Venom movies are the biggest example of passable. Oh, yeah, the Venom movies, too, yeah. That's another thing, yeah, I mean, and the main reason why is just because a lot of people like the character, you know, and all that. So, I mean, that's the main reason why people are so into him. But, yeah, I mean, it's just like, yeah, but even then, it's like they could have done way better with it. I know Venom, if he was in here, would say that. Like, I'm sure he would have a lot of different things, you know, mention about that. But, anyway, I'll get myself off to work and all that fun shit. So, I'll be back around a little later tonight and all that fun stuff. Do the usual biz. So, peace out, and I'll see y'all in the next one. So, toodaloo.